in my somewhat less than considered opinion, this lens right in front of you is the very best street photography lens ever. Full stop, end of discussion. I will have no argument on this. This is the Leica Summaron 35 3.5. It is a very small lens. It has 6 elements. It is machined brass, chromed brass, and it is absolutely exquisite. This one is an M39 thread mount, but fortunately for me it came with the adapter, so I can use it on my Leica M10 to take these wonderful, wonderful pictures. It's not the sharpest lens Leica ever made. The Summaron and the Summarlux certainly would outshine it in that respect. Not by a whole lot, and not that the average person would ever notice. And besides, the more modern lenses tend to be a little bit too contrasty for my taste, especially when you're shooting monochrome. I mean, this particular lens was made in 1957. And it looks virtually like it just came out of the box. I mean, it was probably cleaned out at some point. We have these lovely click apertures here, positive, from 3.5 all the way to f22. And we've got this beautiful indented focusing. I actually don't remember what that's called at the moment. I don't particularly care, but it makes focusing a lot easier. I don't particularly care. Stuff that. I mean, this particular lens, like I said, it's not the sharpest thing, but the tonal graduations and the micro contrast are absolutely brilliant. You stop it down to about f8, f11 hyperfocus, and you can just go shooting to your heart's content. You don't even have to put the camera to your eye. I mean, there is a caveat with these lenses because they're so old, and some of the lubrications that Leica used for the what do you call them, the the aperture blades do tend to evaporate and fog over time, and you've got to watch for that. And these lens elements can be very, very soft. So don't go at it with your cert tail. Actually, it would be better if you just put one of these on. A filter. I mean, this is a nice heliopan multi-coated filter, so that protects it just nicely and beautifully. And we assemble it like so. This is probably the smallest lens that I own of any sort. And I own an awful lot of lenses. As I love photography. And when you love photography and you love cameras, you tend to acquire a whole lot of lenses over the course of your photographic career, shall we call it. Not that I've had much of a career photographing, but I'm digressing, I have to admit. I mean, the advantages of this lens, it's sharp. Not sharp as the modern lenses, but it's very sharp. There's loads of character, what you call the Leica look. And as you can see with these beautiful photos that I've taken, all with this lens. Yeah, I've got that close to a copper with a Leica. You try that with a Nikon, they'll have you in cuffs. But that's another discussion right there. And look at that, even colour, it renders colour beautifully. And these were JPEGs straight out of the camera. And you'll absolutely love this lens if you buy it. $650 lens. Unlike if you want to spend like $3,000 for the Chron, $3,000-$4,000 for the Summaron, or $5,000-$7,000 for the Summarlux. I'm sure that, well, it's your money to waste. But as you can see, the whole system is very compact, very usable. And when you carry it around, people just think you've got a film camera and they'll just leave you alone. If you've got, on the other hand, a honking great DSLR, they look at you like you're waving a Kalashnikov. Which is why the Leica rangefinder is so advantageous for street photography. It has Well, what can I say? If this is a lens, if you love street photography, you love Leicas, don't sneer at this lens because it's wonderful. Add this to the method, signing off.